Would you all please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Yeah.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome to the Board of Supervisors meeting. This is February 21st, 2023. Do we have any changes to the tentative agenda?
I have none.
I have none.
If we don't meet with department heads, elected officials, Rodney Gleaser, maintenance.
Good morning. Nothing really good this morning.
Thanks, Rodney. That was very
I guess I will say, we did post for bid the south parking lots for the courthouse, so if anybody's interested in that project, there is plans and the bid forms and all that's on the website. Go to DesMoinesCounty.com, under bid opportunities, there's all the information's there. Once again, I'd like to thank Brian and his staff and Sarah for their help in putting all that stuff together and getting it out there. So, thank you guys.
Next, Krista Pogemiller, Health Department.
Good morning. We're continuing to keep busy. We are holding a vaccine for children clinic for school roundup on March 3rd from 9 to 3. And our VFC, or Vaccine for Children program, those that are eligible can receive vaccines at no charge. They can schedule an appointment, or walk-ins are welcome that day as well. And that's March 3rd from 9 to 3.
Thank you, CP. And also, I just want to give you a personal shout out. I had to pass out a couple of backpacks over the weekend, and the packets that you made me to help out with, those, that's what put everything together and made it all work. So thanks for getting those to me. I appreciate it. Everybody was very receptive. It cussed me out. All right. So we're doing something nice. No good deed goes unpunished. Angie Vaughn, safety.
Good morning, gentlemen. I really don't have anything to add, just keep them busy.
All right, seems good. Ken Heinman, Seal Region.
Yeah, good morning. The SEAL region has found out that South Central Behavioral Health Region, the four counties of Mahaska, Wapello, Davis, and Appaloosa are, their board is willing to have a merger with the Southeast Iowa Link Board. So we'll start the process of finding out what DHHS steps there are to merge the two regions. We've also, Brianne's mentioned, she's also reached out to the other two counties in the 8th Judicial District to let them know that we're pursuing a merge, and and that they're welcome to join in too if they want to. So I haven't heard anything back from those two counties, but I think one of them is the fiscal agent for their region, so it might be a little difficult for one of them to lead their region, but we'll see what happens.
All righty then. Natalie Steffner, Treasurer's Office. Recorder's Office. I don't know why I always try to make you the treasurer and Janelle, but anyways, you know who you are.
Good morning. I have no update on the treasurer's office. The recorder's office is just, we're keeping busy like the others, nothing new to report.
Appreciate that, Natalie. Sheriff Kevin Glendenning, Sheriff's Department.
Hi, good morning. Another busy week ahead of us. We have the mock go live for our CAD and RMS. That's starting today. We're basically going to be fielding calls, putting them into the system, dispatching, creating reports, but they're actually just doing this in a training room. Just make sure that the system operates as it should, and hopefully work out as many kinks as we can before we go live here soon. So we continue to work through that process. We're excited to get it going, and there's going to be some hurdles and speed bumps, I'm sure, but we'll work them all out. Our jail's at 88 this morning and 12 out of county. Kind of the same thing, about 8 waiting on the halfway house, 2 going to Oakdale tomorrow. Just hold pretty consistent.
Is that 2 that's going tomorrow, is that one of the 7 or 8 that's going to go last week that didn't make it?
Sorry, say that again?
The 2 that's going tomorrow, is that part of the 7 or 8 last week that was to go out up there that didn't make it?
No, I'm pretty sure they took all 6 or 8 last week.
Okay.
We actually used Henry County's van to transport, and it kind of gave us some considerations of maybe looking at a van for the future, but it worked out pretty well.
Well, good.
So these are the two new.
What, we push them out, and they push them right
Oh.
back in.
How many waiting on a halfway house?
8 are waiting on the halfway house currently.
Colin Durst, IT.
Morning. Just keeping busy like always. Got a lot of stuff going on this week, but other than that, nothing new to report.
Zach James, land use.
Good morning. Things been going pretty well. You can tell the weather's starting to change a little bit because we're getting a lot of phone calls for prospective subdivisions, people looking at building stuff. We've had a couple meetings here with some larger subdivisions potentially. Had one last week, have another one today. We're gonna be meeting with somebody. Couple of floodplain requests as well, and then we've got had a couple violations come to our attention too that we're working with and dealing through on floodplain. Well, 2 floodplain, 1 zoning, so kind of working through some of those things as well. But other than that,
One of the
Yeah.
violations have to be in a 2-mile limit.
yeah, all of them,
What's that?
all of them, yeah.
Chris Lee, would you like to give us a report on the treasurer's office? If not, why don't you give us a report on conservation?
Yeah, I've got nothing for the treasurer's office today, but on conservation, Zach and I and the engineering firm that's worked on the Flint River Trail for years and years and years, we had a kind of a brainstorming meeting trying to figure out a path to get the city's portion of trail connected to the trail at Stars Cave. As of right now, we come through the city's portion, go up Highway 99, go up Golf Course Road, and then back down Irish Ridge into Stars Cave, and that's kind of the route. That's not really ideal for bicycles, and so we're trying to find a way through there. There's between the Leopold Recreation Area and Stars Cave, there's some private land in there that we've been told we're not gonna go across, and so we're trying to find alternate routes on that. So that is the #1 request we get from trail users, is to get that connection made. And that's been the plan for the Moines Trail since the early 2000s, when the trail was conceived, was getting that connection from the Port of Burlington all the way to Big Hollow, and so we're trying to get that figured out. If you've been up to Big Hollow lately, you'll notice a lot of trees have been cut. We've been doing a lot of the clearing for the campground expansion and for the 2 ponds that we're gonna build, the sediment ponds. So there's 2 big ravines that erode pretty badly. Those are actually highest eroding ravines we have in the park right now. And so we got a fish habitat grant to put ponds in those, and so we had to do a lot of tree clearing to make room for the dam. And so it does look very, very different up there. We haven't had a lot of people in the park lately just because of time of year, but I suspect.
How many trees were cut down?
Hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Probably total, we're clearing out 5+ acres. It's not a total clearing on all of that, but sections of it are. But it's has to be done to put those ponds in and get that campground expanded. So it does look very, very different, but it's progress. We did apply for a Wilmar grant for $100,000. That would be a match for the $100,000 ARPA dollars that the county put up. And so we should know in May whether we got that. And then we're working on, with our park ranger, he is organizing, working with the sheriff's department to do some in-park trainings in the future. If you remember last year, there was a shooting up in Makokata Caves. And so that's something we're gonna train on. We've never done that in our parks. There's been like active shooter trainings in buildings, in the courthouse here, but we've never done anything like that in a park type setting. And so we're working with them to put something like that together for our staff and emergency responders this spring. So just kind of lots going on for this time of year.
Thank you, Chris. Lisa Schaefer, County Attorney.
Business as usual. Armed robbery seems to be the crime du jour for February.
Du jour.
Yes. We've had our 3rd armed robbery last night, so,
You're in town?
out in county.
Did we get the robber?
What?
Did we get the robber?
first two we did, they're sitting in the jail with Kevin.
All right.
The other one, they're working on it. We have some good leads, so.
All right, Brian Carter, saved you for last. Hold on, did I get Angie Vaughn? Oh, yeah.
You did.
All right.
First, I'll talk treasurer's office.
I'm sorry, no, Sarah Marie. Sarah Marie from the auditor, do you have anything you
Well,
want to
good
say
morning.
from the treasurer's office or from the auditor?
Neither. Well, the treasurer had a new employee start this morning, so she's busy with him, but that's all I can say for her. For me, I'm just busy as usual, so nothing new to report at this time.
Okay. Brian Carter, the floor is yours.
Welcome back. Couple quick things. We are set up next Tuesday for the public hearing for that sea level. I just went ahead and mailed letters to the adjacent landowners again, giving them the time and date. I've only had one that called and expressed interest in coming, so I'm gonna call him and make sure he got the letter, so he knows the time. I have another one that sent a letter in opposition, and they don't think she will attend, but I told her I'd get that letter to you, so I actually meant to bring it with me today. I will scan it in and send it to you guys, so that you can read it into public next week. And then I'll bring the original down, so that Sarah has it for kind of official reception, I guess, so. But you'll have it, I'll scan it and send it. Other than that, I've had very little input on that topic, on that road, so. So anyway, wanted to give you a heads up that I sent letters to landowner. I just thought that way, they all know. I mean, they've all had a letter already, they've all had chances to call and ask questions. Over the last 6 months, I've had questions from some of the landowners, but really not a lot since I sent out my last letter. And then I mentioned today is the DOT bid letting for the kind of the balance of the Highway 99 project, which of course encompasses the closure that I've sent all the letters out for. I had plenty of phone calls, the letters got the attention, and that's what we want, is people to know. I mean, obviously, nobody's thrilled about a road with the amount of traffic closing like Highway 99, but if you can get that information out, at least try not to blindside people when it does come along. So I'll push that topic harder when we get closer. We'll know a lot more once we get the bid done and find out who our contractor is and all that sort of stuff. So eventually, I'm guessing it'll be at least 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have contracts for you guys to sign. And with all that being electronic, Beck, you'll handle that a lot, but we'll have an agenda item on and get you guys approval and all that. So other than that, the bridge contractor down there is still working along. It's to a stage where it's kind of hard to see progress unless you drive by every single day, but they're basically decking. Jim and I drove by last week, and they're decking between the beams right now, and it seems like a really slow process, and that's because it is. You wouldn't look at it and think that there's a lot of finesse to it when they're just ripping plywood and doing it, but it actually is all put into all that is installed to elevations that are provided from our consulting firm to a very specific design elevation to make the deck work properly once it's all poured. Because you don't think about it, but once you put that dead weight of that concrete on those beams, they start to flatten out. They come with what they call camber, so they have a bend to them. When that dead weight gets applied, it all levels out. And that's all designed ahead of time. So that's going on now, and it's probably the most important process of the overall, other than just getting the steel put in. So making good headway on that, and otherwise, we're still working on whatever the weather lets us. So this morning, we're doing a little bit of trees, maybe do a little blading this afternoon, but it just you go from frozen to soft really fast right at the moment. So we'll just see what's possible.
Alrighty. Let's move on. Any correspondence? I have none. I have none. Discussion and vote. First, we have accounts payable claims in the amount of $861,233.11 in checks, and no wire transfer payments. The grand total is the same. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Moved to a second. Sarah Marie?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yep. Next, we have payroll reimbursement claims in the amount of $198.13 of reimbursements, $0 in non-cash taxable.
Motion to approve.
Second. Moved in second. Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes. Five C, we have a fireworks permit for Sperry Fireworks Show on July 3rd. For the Sperry Fireworks Show, July 3rd, the rain date, July 4th. Yeah, you guys know the demo on that, I'm not gonna read all this. Any issues?
No issues at all, though. We have the fire chief was good with it, as am I, so good to go.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes.
I might add, if anybody's got any loose change in their pocket, I'd donate it to that, because they put on a pretty good show.
It's a great community event.
Yes, they do.
Next brings us to 5D, which is a resignation of Jackson Township trustee, Board of Supervisors. Let's sign that. Thank you, Thomas. You must have done this before. Thank you. Thank you. This is an immediate resignation letter filed on January 17th. To whom it may concern, this letter represents my official notice of resignation from my position of Jackson Township trustee with Des Moines County being made immediately. Regrettably, because of life events concerning family, I must resign. I appreciate the experience I gained through being a part of Des Moines County. Thank you for your cooperation on this matter. Sincerely, Orville Byer Pence Jr. And Orville, we are sorry to hear about your life events, which happens to some people. Appreciate your service. Going to get a motion?
Yeah, so moved.
Second.
Sarah Marie, moving second.
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes. All right. Then we have appointments of township clerks and trustees. February 23rd, 23 to Des Moines County Board of Supervisors. I'm requesting your approval to be appointed to a 4-year term expiring on December 31st, 2026 for Concordia Township trustee. The name is Dave Strabala, 5821 Chris Drive. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes. Stamp on this then?
Yes, please.
Then the next one I have is for the township request for February 21st, 2023. Dear Board, Des Moines County Board of Supervisors, I'm requesting your approval to be appointed to fulfill the remainder of a 4-year term expiring December 31st, 2024 for the Jackson Township trustee. This is Ryan Schrader of 17898 Falcon Road, Sperry, Iowa. Can I get a motion?
Motion approved.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie?
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes. Des Moines County appreciates your service. Next, we have minutes of previous meeting for February 14th, 2023. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes. It's a really long meeting today, and we're trying to keep things moving. I appreciate everybody being quiet out there, except for Brian Carter, who's been mumbling the whole time.
All about the treasurer's office stuff.
Shane's talking enough.
That was good, man, that was good. It's all about the treasurer's office. Okay, do we have any other business?
I do. Last week, we passed a resolution to set a public hearing for the maximum tax levy that I made comment on, that there was a bill waiting in the House of Representatives, or in the Iowa House, to pass Senate File 181. They passed it, so they passed it last week, so the budget director did not send that out, so we will have to set another budget hearing. But it probably won't be till a couple weeks. We won't have that hearing maybe till early March.
Good with that, Jim? Future agenda items. Committee reports. I had DCAT board. We got just getting ready for the budget meeting, which I think is, we're not doing their budget till the 3rd, I think, of March. I had a landfill meeting. Nothing really to report on that.
I didn't have anything.
Thomas?
I had a meeting, Road Greater Burlington this morning. They had a presentation by Iowa Works. That's all I have.
This time, we're going to take 2 minutes for public input. If you'd like to call, you can call in at 319-753-8203, extension 4. Again, that number is 319-753-8203, extension 4, or you can email at board@dmcounty.com. You can email us at board@dmcounty.com. It will go to all 3 of us. So, give you 2 minutes. Jimmy?
Go.
Thomas, tell us about what you did for your wife on Valentine's Day. Or what you didn't do, and go.
I left this meeting, immediately went to Hy-Vee, purchased flowers and a card. Got away with it.
We're proud of you, Tom. James, what'd you do?
Well, I ordered flowers the day before to be delivered to her work. Dozen roses with baby breath in them. They turned out beautiful. And that morning I found out she wasn't going to go to work. She was going someplace else. So I had to make arrangements to have them delivered there. Well, come to find out, she took the kids. She went back home. She wasn't home. She wasn't over where she was going to be. So they called her and said, flowers are on the front porch. She says, she went, look, no, they're not. They said, where are you at? She said, I'm in Danville. Oh, these are supposed to have been delivered over here to Burlington. So they took them to the neighbor's house. Well, anyway, the next day she got them home.
Well, at least you got them, so they
You got
didn't
'em.
get beat up. You guys want to hear mine? I ordered a wife. She didn't show up, so I didn't have to order flowers or anything else. There's that. How much time we got left, Jim?
I think you got somebody for public comment.
Do I have somebody here for a public
No,
comment?
these newspaper.
Oh, okay. We're used to Hawkeye reporters chiming in.
Rodney?
I would mention, I forgot to mention, I went to the Tiger Grant meeting last week. So the city is kind of resuming those Tiger Grant meetings. They have them on the 1st and 3rd Wednesdays of the month. So they're gonna start kicking off their construction again here, probably this week. Actually, they're gonna do some spot closures, and in March really kick things in gear. So they're gonna finish a few things up on a couple blocks on Jefferson, and work on, I think it's a 600-700 block, closing some of that down. And also there'll be the southbound lane here from Valley to Columbia. There'll be some spot closures probably this week, and then a full closure till like the mid-April. And then once they get done with that side, they'll flip over to the northbound lanes here on Main Street from Valley to Columbia through towards the end of July, so we'll be looking probably August, September-ish, they'll be moving on further down our way, so.
What he's
I'll
trying to
see how
say is
construction
downtown's
goes.
gonna be a nightmare.
That's
And
a
roundabouts
better
on the way.
description, and it's gonna be.
So yeah, it's just gonna be difficult, a lot of traffic down there, especially Main Street, so.
On Main Street, yeah.
It's coming down the pipe and they're
Down by the bank.
getting closer to us, so.
Thanks for the update on that, Rodney, it's definitely coming. That looks like 2 minutes, Jim?
2 minutes plus 2 minutes.
All right, well, everybody looks satisfied today, we appreciate your time with it, and we're adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies.
Something in mind.
Bye.